Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Europa Universalis IV in the Emperor expansion as we are playing as Milan. Alright, so let's get started in today's episode. The plan is to go to war with Naples, try and conquer a few provinces. A couple things we need to do before we're going to be ready to declare that war is to get our manpower up just a bit more. I don't see any reason not to have it up nice and high. Now, we won't need it for the conflict against them because we do outnumber them by a lot. But you never know when you're going to get pulled into some other conflict. So you burn off, let's say we burn off 10,000 manpower, and then Austria pulls us into conflict and burn off more. So I just think it's good to just kind of let this get higher. Plus, we are trying to get a claim on Siena. I would really like to see if we can't get that claim on them. We'll see, guys. We'll see what happens. But right now, let's just let it fly. And we're going to tell these guys no. The Hungarians want military access, so that they can march across their lands here, and across our lands here, to take out these rebels here, which we do not want to have happen. We want the rebels to, become an independent country again, and then we can conquer them. So hopefully that's the way that ends up going. And as long as the Hungarians can't deal with the rebellion, that's exactly what will happen. So a national epic. Well, I guess they could agree to, make. I don't remember what that's called. We'd have to look in. I think it's in the stability and expansion. We don't have any rebels, so we can't do that. But you can negotiate with them. Again, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but give it into their demands. In which case, it might result in them getting autonomy or something like that instead of becoming free. We'll have to see what happens. Got the national epic event. So this is a way to get prestige for a little bit of money and admin power. And that's exactly what we'll do. We're trying to keep our prestige up nice and high, so we can continue to get all those nice benefits. So we need to get this up to 35 in order to get a claim on them. I don't know that if I want to wait for that though, guys. I got some stuff expiring here. Also, we're damn near maximum admin power. Yeah, because we can only get to 999. Okay, well let's just take a look and see what our current technology is at and how expensive this is. Okay, yeah, we don't want to pay that much money. We're still pretty far ahead of tech, so what we're going to want to go ahead and do is start bumping up the base tax. I don't know what else we could use admin power for, because then in fact we're already at 2+ stability. We could take that up to 3, but again, I feel like it'd be better to just get our provinces built up. Our base tax in the capital is looking kind of low, and I would like to get these guys up to 50 development eventually. That would be desirable. So let's go ahead and take that up just a bit. And let's see what else we can spend it on. Maybe put it into another province. Let's just see how we want to do this. Could continue building up Genoa, or we could build up Florence. Looks like Florence is kind of expensive there. They're both kind of expensive. Okay, well in that case, we'll just spend it here in Milan. Yeah, we'll do, we'll leave it. We're good. We just spent about 300 something power. And then we have Innovation Wave, which is going to allow us to get techs for cheaper. Okay, how long does that last? Because it might be, let's see, 1532. Okay, 10 years, never mind. I was going to say if it was a short time, then it might be worth it to try and get this for cheaper. But it's really not that much cheaper, honestly. Okay, so our manpower is just about built up. Again, probably about 26,000 I think would be a good number to be sitting at. Still building up our drill as well, getting them up to maximum as high as we can get them to. These guys are just about at an average of 100. Cardinals policies upset the nobles, so we can get increased centralization, which will give us 1+ national unrest, but monthly autonomy tick down. But we'd get 18 regiments rising up right there. Or we could just lose the cardinal administration. Yeah, let's just do that. It's usually typically more of a problem. Now we did lose the cardinal, so that's one other negative. We do actually have quite a few cardinals. I think we were at 7. Yeah, so we were up there towards the top. Now we only have 6. Oh, and it looks like they're trying to get a royal marriage again. Until this situation is done here, I do not feel like we can do a any kind of long-term agreement with them, because we can always cancel the alliance, but canceling royal marriages does drop your stability down a bit. And we just got that new cardinal that we lost. That's excellent. How are we looking? We're at 12. This is going up a lot slower than I was expecting it to. Priests are preaching heresy. Okay, let's crack down on it. It would also increase the loyalty of the clergy. Speaking of estates, I've had somebody ask me why we're not doing any of the privileges. So here's the thing with the privileges. All of them do reduce your max absolutism. Now you notice that we haven't been messing with max absolutism. That's because we don't have that yet. That is a mechanic that is opened up right here, I believe. I think when you hover over this, it says that's when it opens up. Maybe it's okay. So it's right here. You can see that it's not being it's not in effect yet. So we don't have absolutism yet. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this age here is when it unlocks. It's a bummer it doesn't tell you when it unlocks here. I thought it did. But anyways, we don't have absolutism yet, so it's not, really a factor, if we lose it. And I think that's the way Paradox designed this, is that you give up, you give privileges and give up, max absolutism, something that doesn't really affect you right now. And then you get all these wonderful bonuses. Now, not all of them work this way, and I'll discuss that in a minute, but you'll notice that all of them, no matter which one we're in, does reduce max absolutism. I don't think I've found a single one that didn't. I'll double check that, but yeah, they all do. So the idea here is that you're giving up the max absolutism in the future for bonuses now, and then when you get to that age and you get into the, whenever it changes that age, maybe the 1600s, that would be when I would assume it would change over to that age. So when you change over to the age and then you unlock absolutism, well, now your max absolutism is garbage because you gave away so many privileges, and in order to take those privileges away, it's a lot more difficult to take privileges than it is to give it. So I think that's the idea here, is that you've gotten these short-term benefits and gave up, and gave yourself a long-term problem. Which I like the design to that, technically, although it does result in myself not wanting to give them that, because none of these benefits for me are good enough to warrant. I mean, some of them might be. But the other thing to consider here is not just the absolutism. That's just one factor. The other one is that there's two different things that these things can do. Either one, they require crown land, which you would need at least, if it's a 5% negative, you'd need at least 35%. In order to do that. But a lot of these are 10% crown land. Not so many of this one, but I saw several that were 10%. Where is that? Maybe it was just that one. Oh, there's another 10%. Okay. So yeah, they're either 5% or 10% crown land. So you do give that up. And if they don't have that penalty, then there's something else that you're getting, like loyalty here, or like a negative. Let me see here. See, this one's not that bad. Again, you're just giving up the absolutism. But yeah, you get like a plus 10% stability modifier. So a lot of them have some sort of negative. And then also you notice that some of these can't be revoked until a certain time period because you're given a monopoly. So that's the main reason why I haven't given any of these up, guys. The reason why I haven't done any of these is just because I don't really want to have my max absolutism reduced until I know how we're sitting on max absolutism, which that feature's not even unlocked. Again, I thought there was a way to see that before the period. Maybe not. Yeah, it looks like you can't see what it would be sitting at until you actually go into where absolutism is unlocked. So we now have the ability to get another government reform. This is the deliberative assembly. So we can do a parliament. That will disable the ability to call a diet, and it will enable parliaments, and completely disable the nobility estate, since they're considered being handled within parliament, which I didn't really like the way they did that. I think that you should have a parliament and a noble estate. But yeah, they do does get rid of the nobility. Then you have the royal decree enacting this government. Okay, +5 for absolutism. That's what we need to see there. Aristocratic court. This is yearly army tradition decay. So we won't lose our army tradition as quickly. General states, which will give us +10% production efficiency. And the last one here is states general, which will make it easier to get stability. But you notice there's some different mechanics here. You do not have consorts, does not have heirs. So essentially this is this changes you, which I think that's interesting that anybody can do it. But it changes you to the Dutch government form. Yeah. So I think that's interesting that you could change to it regardless of what country you are. I thought that'd be something to be limited to the Dutch, but apparently not. And then again, this is the British one. So yeah, we don't want to do these two. That just changes up things a little bit too much. I don't really want to have to mess around with either of those. And we did the parliaments in the last series as England, so I'd like to do something different. So really it just leaves these three, and these are the generic ones that don't have any like government mechanics. They just have the straight up modifier. So I think we're going to do... You know, I really want to do royal decrees. Again, though, that doesn't really affect us until later in the game. We could always change up to that, though. I suppose that'll always be an option. And I think that's what we'll do. We'll just use our government reform when we get to that once we've unlocked it. I don't see any point of getting something that doesn't help us yet. So in this case, we just want to go to one of these two. And I think we'll do the general estates. Get that production efficiency. And then again, we'll change up to the other one. If we even need absolutism, we'll have to see where we're sitting at. I haven't played with the absolutism mechanic much, because it is unlocked a bit later. And when we played as England, I don't think we had much absolutism, if we even got that far. I don't remember how far we got in that series. So our agent was discovered building the spy network in Naples. We got the Bountiful Harvest, which gives us a nice chunk of money. And let's see, I think we've gotten this event several times. And this one is with Venice. And we'll do the local protectionism. We don't care how the Venetians feel about us. So we're still at 15.6 here, and we're at the 26. I almost feel like we're not going to be able to get a claim here because this is just taking too damn long. As far as, I mean, we could look at exactly how long it's taking. It looks like the problem here is spy detection is a bit too high. So it's really taking it down a bit. So we're getting 1.19 per month. So to get to the 35 that we need, because I think we need 35. Because we already have a claim. Huh. Wait, do we already have a claim on Siena? We might already. I'm just sitting here waiting on something. Oops. That was unnecessary. Yeah, we already have a claim there. Okay, I didn't even bother to look, apparently. Alright, well, we weren't waiting on that anyway. I was waiting to get to the 26,000 manpower, which we're now at. We could keep building up the spy network, I suppose, so we can fortify, or excuse me, so we can siege this fort quicker. But let's go ahead and get ready for conflict, guys. So we're going to go ahead and turn on that fort at the very least. That won't block them from coming this way, but we'll have troops there, so that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and stop the armies from drilling here, and then let's figure out which army we want to send where. So Francesco Sforza is probably going to be the one that we send off into Naples. Let me just take a look and see where the forts are. It seems like Naples doesn't have any forts along here. Okay, so that's something to consider because Francesco is actually the one that is much better at sieging down forts, and we have to siege down this one here. But yeah, where are their damn forts? Okay, it looks like there's not going to be any fortifications till we get down here to Naples. Alright, well, we will siege Naples because I assume we'll have to in order to get the treaty. So we'll send Francesco down here, and even though I know that we could use his siege there in Siena, I think the best way to do it would be to send him down this way so that we can use his very good combat skills against Naples' army. And then we'll move this guy over here to attack Siena, although let's make sure that's exactly what we want to do. We also have some troops here for when we annex them. I don't know if we want to keep those. Let's just take a look and see if we're over our limit. We are not over our limit. Okay, excellent. So let's go ahead and have... Let's see how the best way to go about doing this would be. Because I feel like we could go ahead and start getting our next army built up. So yeah, let's just place these guys in the back here for right now. And I think these two armies should be enough. Maybe we'll have them combined with a siege army, perhaps. We'll see how we end up going about doing this. We'll have to bring all of our ships in as well, so let's make sure they're set up to do so. We got those guys set to go in, because they will be in control of the seas. They do have a larger navy than we do. The Papal States wants an alliance with us, and I don't see why we wouldn't. Yeah, let's ally with them. We were allied with them once before, and we could always use another alliance, though I'd never bothered to check to see how many slots we have open. We actually did have slots. Okay, awesome. So hopefully that should help us avoid any future issues with the papacy. So we need to get our morale up, which it is now up. So let's go ahead and declare war. As far as our money situation here, we could go ahead and build something real quick. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Get something built. I do want to see if we can build any more ships. We cannot. I suppose we can build some troops. Try and get this army a little bit larger. Maybe build them give them some cannons here, and then maybe some more, or one more cav unit, and then some more infantry. I think we can get one more unit here. So that is all. That'll get up to 8,000 men. Okay, so let's go ahead and declare war. Oh, we don't have any diplomats. We do have to pull back on improving relations. Well, that's right. That's the diplomat we have in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually just go ahead and cancel building the spy network here. So we have 3 days and we'll get our diplomat back and declare war. So they only have the one ally, and that's Siena. If we pulled Siena in, then that would cause us some issues, guys, because they are allied with Lucca. But that is it. Now I want to say, I want to say that pulling them in would result in Austria going against us. Let me just see if that shows you that when you say you're going to bring them in. Yeah, just Lucca. I think that's the only one that will get called in, and that's actually good. We're okay with that. Lucca doesn't have any troops. I wanted to conquer them any damn way. Okay, so as far as the province we're going to take, we should go after the one that's the most expensive, which would be that one. Okay. Alright, so let's go after that claim. And yeah, we'll bring Siena in, and we'll see if anybody else is willing to join. It looks like only the Savoy is. We will bring Savoy in, just have more troops down here, although they don't have a very large army, but that's okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and declare war. Let's get this thing started. Now, they are going to turn all of our fortifications on. We'll leave that one on in this one, but we can turn off the capital one. There's really nobody here to worry about attacking that capital. Same thing with this province here. Okay, there's already a naval combat, unfortunately, but it does look like we should win that one, but this fleet is probably going to come out here and muck us all up. Really not much to be done about that, guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and start invading. We'll go after the war goal first, so we can start getting that ticking war score, while these guys are going to go ahead and attack over here. Now, we do need to take that province. Again, we're going to use these troops here for that. They need a total of... yeah, we might not be able to see that until we go in there. I think it's only 3,000 men, though, is all we're going to need. And so the 5,000 should be enough there. So we did actually sink their ship. Did our guy get out of there? These guys should be all heading home now. And hopefully they don't get engaged. So we should get an easy win there. Again, we're sending large armies into here because Naples still has their army. And they do have a large army. If they brought all 24,000 into a battle, then they would outnumber us. Well, we went into Lucca, but I don't actually know that they got pulled in. And it looks like they did not get pulled in yet. We're only at war with Naples and Siena. So we might want to just go here then until they get pulled in. Again, they might not get pulled in, and they might refuse to join for good reason. Oh, nope, there they are right now. Yeah, it looks like they are now in conflict with us. Yeah, they joined the war. Okay, well, let's go ahead and we'll have to move them back. Alright, so we've gotten this done. So we're going to try and take all the provinces that we have claims on. And it looks like they have a pretender rebel problem. Okay, so I don't know where their troops are. But you can see that they burned some of their manpower off, so they must have already engaged that army, which you can see they have taken losses here. Yeah, they've taken a lot of losses. So they did engage that army, and they lost. That's actually pretty awesome, guys. We are getting blockaded here, so that's impacting our economy, unfortunately. We did get the Italian Wars modifier again. That's, again, just for mercenaries, but that's because we're at war in Italy here, so that's cool. Looks like, yeah, he is able to siege there. We'll go ahead and give him the cannon, but that's probably all we'll give him because I'm not worried about anybody attacking here because we've got this locked down with our fort here. They won't be able to get past us. They'll have to fight the army or the fort. All right, so let's go and continue moving on. Again, there's no forts to stop us from just taking all these provinces all the way down to until we get to these ones, which are covered by the fort in Naples. And in order to attack there, we would have to fight their that rebel army. All right, so yeah, things are going well. I think we should get a lot out of this. And we did take a long time before we went into conflict. It's been a long time since we took a province. So that does result in us getting, we have a lot less aggressive expansion, so we'll have the opportunity to hopefully take a lot of provinces. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So these guys here can just stay in the capital, no reason to send them over that way. We do want to get the cannon going over there though. But yeah, 6,000 will be plenty enough. So let's go and move the cannon over here to help us get that siege done a little bit quicker. Alright, so let's go and continue moving on. Guess we'll move over to this province next. And yeah, we have not engaged their army yet. Again, though, they took that and gave it to us. Excellent. So Savoy's already taken off, it seems. Alright, so just looking at this, I meant to show this before in the previous episode, and we either didn't siege anything or I just forgot. So you get these little points here for the amount of artillery you have. So artillery gives a bonus on the siege roll. This bonus depends on the amount of artillery compared to the fort level. So because they only have a low level fort here, it's the lowest level fort. Because they have such a low level fort here, each artillery we have gives an additional bonus. But it's not like that in a larger fort, and I'll show you guys how it works once we are actually attacking a larger fort, which would be here in Naples. So there's their 12,000 man army. Let's see how we want to do this. So they get here on the 3rd of July. This is a great place to fight. There's no, well, there is river penalties, but we won't get it from attacking here. So that's actually a fantastic place to engage them. However, we want to get them locked there. Make sure they can't change. So as soon as they get that lock, let's go ahead and go. All right, so this will be our first battle against their army. They have another army that was going to come here, but they decided not to because they know that this is going to be a tough battle. Now they are going to send them, so it's going to be 25,000 against 20,000. There's going to be no terrain modifiers. We'll have the battle where we outnumber them for 10 days, so that's a long time. You can see we have better discipline than them, we have better morale than them, and we have the same military tactics. Oh, we have slightly larger military tactics, just a bit. And that's being, the result of that is from the discipline. Discipline does increase your military tactics. As I said before, the main thing discipline does is result in you doing more damage, but it also gives you a bit of military tactics, which results in you taking less damage. Most importantly, we have a much better general here, 3-5 general compared to no general. Now, they do have a general here, and he's 1-2. So once he gets here, the modifiers won't be quite as good. He's not going to come this way anyway. He knew this was going to be a loss, so he said, no thank you. We lost 692 dudes, and we killed 12,000. So very, very good win there. Now we need to engage his other army. He's already locked over towards here. So what we need to do is probably just go and attack there now. 22nd of July, he gets there on the 15th of July. And we see that there is a mountain terrain penalty here, so that's probably not the best place to attack him. It'd be better to just find another location to do this attack, and he's taken off any damn way. I'm surprised there's a little fort thing here. Okay. Yeah, we'll see what he does. Let's take this province. And also we've gotten a request, which we're going to decline. Alright, excellent. So we have taken that province. They are attempting to come over this way. Again, I don't want to fight them in the mountains, so we're going to just kind of shadow them until we find a better location to attack them in. And they're going back that way. Okay, so we're going to have to go here. And they will be gone before we get there, so this will not be an attack. And then we're going to go deeper into their territory, but let's take this province first. You can see that the fort here, we're slowly getting it done. It's taking some time. It's going to take some time, and a big part of that is because we don't have a blockade going there, so they're still able to get supplies to the fort. So now they're moving to a more desirable location, but we're almost here. And they're not locked yet, so let's just finish this, and then we'll attack them right there. There we go, excellent. So let's go and attack here. And again, we'll have those good odds here. Now this time it's going to be a little bit tougher because they actually have a leader. But overall, we're just going to demolish them. So yeah, you can see here, I mean, we took a little bit more casualties, double the casualties, in fact. But again, we just killed 13,000 men pretty easily. All right, so we're going to attempt to avoid that fort and attacking their rebels if we can. I really don't want to fight their rebels. All right, so Siena has been taken. Awesome. And we still have that army there in Lucca. And let's go ahead and now move our army down where we can engage the rebels. Engage the rebels with a overwhelming force, because we're gonna have to take Naples in order to win this war, I think. Now we can see if Siena will give up. Probably not. I don't expect they'll give up just yet. Once we try and annex them. Oh, they will. Okay, excellent. So yeah, we can take Siena. I have a feeling that we are going to get a lot of aggressive expansion from this conflict. Huh. Do we have a claim here in Lucca? Just kind of curious and seeing. Yeah, we got those permanent claims all throughout this area. All right, so that's awesome. It does suck that we are getting such high... yeah, I mean, look at this. Why is it so damn high? We brought them in as... Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that it's so damn high. Yeah, that's like a lot of aggressive expansion, man. Yeah, 44 aggressive expansion for one freaking province. Is it because it's like such a high... It is 26 development, so I think that's what the issue is here. But it is the most profitable one, so it is the one we'd want to go for. They got a lot of buildings here as well. They even have coastal defense buildings. Yeah, they built a lot of stuff here. Yeah, I guess it's the most profitable one to take. I mean, it's worth the value of, you know, 2 of these. So yeah, we'll take that one. And I think the most important aspect here is that these guys are in the in the Empire. So attacking them would be problematic because it would bring Austria in. Typically, for whatever reason, Austria didn't support them on this conflict. So yeah, we'll go and take that. I'm not too worried about the aggressive expansion here yet, but if we take any other provinces, I think it's going to get kind of bad. We could try and burn off some of that aggressive expansion, maybe wait to end the war and just burn off aggressive expansion. Let's go and get any money they have. Looks like they don't really have much. I don't know why the shift click isn't doing what it's supposed to do anymore. Maybe we'll do it that way. Alright. Yeah, it looks like they'll give us all that money there. There's nothing else to do since we're annexing them, so let's go and send the demand off. And we have conquered them. It's about similar level casualties here. And we got all that money since Savoy didn't do anything against them. Let's go and start working on the core now. And we can become the Defender of the Faith now. Is that because of how much money we have? Yeah, you had to have 500 ducats to do it. Now, one of the interesting things about the Defender of the Faith now is that it's a tiered system. So that before, if you're the Defender of Faith of a faith that only one country followed, you'd get the same benefits as a faith like Catholicism, where you have 62 countries following it, which is a much bigger deal. But now, the bonuses you get is affected by this tier here, which is determined by how many countries actually follow that faith. So Catholicism is now one of the best ones for Defender of the Faith, just because so many countries follow it, especially with all the one province minors. But yeah, this is a great bonus, as you can see here. It does result in you getting pulled into any conflict where Christians or specifically Catholics are attacked by non-Christians. I don't think you get pulled in if it's like a Catholic being attacked by a fellow Christian. Oh, I forgot to bring these guys over here. So let's go ahead and bring these guys, and we'll attack right there. Attack into the fort. And he is going to build his army back up, so we're going to have to go deal with them. Let me see how we want to do this attack. Where do we get the province penalties, or the river penalties? So if we attack from either one of these, we're going to get river penalties. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is then move into this province here and attack that way, so that we don't get that river penalty. Let's go and move these guys here and move these guys here. We're going to have to wait a second. Alright, so let's go ahead and get all these guys moving. I don't know why they don't want to move. Oh, the fort is blocking us, so we can only go in this way. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, we'll do it that way then. Let's try and time this so they arrive around on the same time. Looks like they already are. Excellent. Also, I'm noticing that one of these armies does not have a leader. Did he die? Not entirely sure what happened there. That's weird. Yeah, maybe he died. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It might have got a notification and I just kind of clicked over it. I'll deny that. Oh, Lucca has attacked over here on this fort. And we weren't, damn, I didn't even realize that they had an army. So that's a problem. All right, well, we got to finish up this siege. It looks like they will take that fort from us, and there's really nothing I can do about it. I did not have that being paid for. That's one of the negatives of not paying for your forts. I wonder how they got over there. They must have attacked from sea. That's the only way that could have happened. Yeah, I think that yeah, I guess that's the way they went down. That's why I didn't know they were there. I thought they didn't have an army. All right, so let's get these rebels defeated so that we can then maneuver our troops somewhere else. And it does look like Francesco Sforza got a trait, Battlefield Medic, which means reinforced speed is going to be plus 33%, so that's very good. So I think we'll have Francesco stay here so we can get that 2+ siege bonus he's got. And then we'll just send these guys. Oh, he's not going to be able to leave yet. We got to wait a second. Oh, we already took the siege? Huh. I'm not entirely sure how that happened so quickly, but we'll take it. Alright, well in that case, then Francesco can come over here. And we'll just try and take over all of their provinces, I guess. Again, we do have to deal with that army there. Do we have any force limit left? I don't think we do. We have room for 2 more. Okay, so we'll build 2 more units. And they'll just be infantry. And that'll give us a total of 12,000 men. We do not have a leader here, but we can always attack there. The unfortunate thing is that we had those hills there. We could have got that bonus if we had attacked them. Yeah, it's a shame. It went down that way. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get all this territory taken, and we'll leave the leader here for now until we're ready to attack with that army. We might attack with Francesco if he gets up there soon enough. For right now, we're just trying to get all these provinces here taken. So we finished up that battle, very easy battle. You know what, let's go ahead and have Francesco move up over this way, because I think he'd get here quicker than what we'll be able to do with these guys. As you can see, we're probably not going to get out of here in time. Alright, so what we're going to want to do is go ahead and cancel these troops that are building. And yeah, I don't think there's any way to get out of there. He's just too quick. 15th of December is when we'd have to leave by, so we'll lose these 2,000. We got pretty close to getting out of there, but yeah, just not quite. So yeah, we need to hurry up and get Francesco moving up. I don't know if he'll be able to advance past here. I'd assume not because of the fortification. Hopefully that's the case. We're going to take all this provinces down here with this general. And yeah, we'll lose right there, so that's kind of a shame. Let's go and go here now. I don't know if he has any other forts down here. Yeah, it looks like we did quickly lose that battle, unfortunately. Oh, and it looks like Savoy is actually coming up here. Maybe he'll deal with it for us. Let's see if he can't get there. It looks like Savoy is going to lose. So how do we want to do this? We're going to want to... I don't think there's any way to avoid river penalties, honestly, because of this province. That's fine. We're going to attack there now. And just to see like what penalties he's getting there. He's not actually getting a river penalty. Alright. He has a much better general, too. I'm surprised he's losing there. So what I want to do is take a look and see if we have any forts up along here. Yeah, it looks like there's no forts down here, so this should be pretty easy and smooth getting this, the rest of the country wrapped up. Alright, so we've engaged their army now, the Lucca's army. Now we need to go down here to do this damn siege. We'll see if hopefully they don't have many men in the garrison, and maybe we'll just do an assault. Let's go ahead and continue taking provinces. They'll build up their army here, and that's fine. We're going to try and get every one of their provinces taken so that we can draw out this conflict a bit longer. And we still have not won here yet. That's been a long siege, man. That's taken forever. Given the fort size, I'm surprised it has taken so long. I know that we don't have them blockaded, and that's a port, so that's part of the reason there. So let's take a look and see. I'm not entirely sure why he's not considered to be in a siege here. I guess we gotta click on the province. So we looked at this. They only have 360 men. So I think what we're going to do is as soon as we have a breach here, we'll go ahead and assault it. But yeah, as you can see, guys, you get a -2 for not being blockaded here. That's the reason why it takes a bit longer to take those coastal provinces, since we can't blockade because we just don't have the navy to do so. Because their fleet is 48 ships, so much larger than ours. They're going to get a pretty large army down here, I think. Yeah, they'll probably put something fairly large together. Oops, I didn't realize that was paused, my bad. Alright, so those sieges are going well. And yeah, they're probably going to have a significantly sized army here. So what we might want to do is set up in one of these provinces and try and see if we can't get them to attack us. So we get those, so we get those train bonuses. We'll just leave this one for last. They'll still build troops there, but I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so the siege of Lucca is finally done. Took us a long time. So now let's go ahead and go back here. I assume there's not really anything else for these guys to do now. Yeah. We don't really need the 20,000 men here taking all that attrition that they're taking, so we'll go ahead and detach the siege. I am a little bit worried about troops coming by sea again, but I don't know who would even send troops at this point. We've already defeated Lucca's army, so we're probably okay. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's do this again, and this time we will detach the siege with the general assigned. So we only need 6,000, but we should leave the the two artillery units here. All right, so let's select these 11,000 and get them out of there. All right, excellent. So that'll result in us taking less attrition, and there's just nobody to attack us there, so we don't have to worry about that. So these guys are going here on the 15th of April. That is a hill province. Can we get there before them? That's the question. We would, but that would result in us getting that penalty. We do double their numbers, though, so that's something to consider. Let's go ahead and go... Let's just attack them, man. We'll just take the penalty. We double their numbers. Our general's not as good. This general isn't. But it's fine. I'm just trying to get that army destroyed. And I think they'll be completely destroyed. No, they are not. So they're going to retreat. I think they're retreating over to that province. So let's go chase them down. And just got that one siege going. We're already at 99% here. We're doing very, very well. And again, I don't see any reason not to just continue the war until we take every single one of their provinces, and then we'll just stretch it out to try and burn off some of the aggressive expansion. Probably not going to burn off much, though, before our people get sick and tired of this conflict. Alright, well, Lucca's not going to give us anything that we're willing to take. Lucca is another high development province, so if we were to like just take a look at how bad this would be, taking this province. Oh, I have to actually assign here. Look at this. Good God. Yeah, you'd have to worry about France joining the coalition. Switzerland. That could be really bad. A coalition conflict like this could be extremely bad. What we might want to do to get less aggressive expansion is to instead try, where is this here? To try and vassalize them. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not seeing it. Huh. Yeah, I'm not seeing the option to vassalize them. This should be in the treaties, right? Yeah, we have them give up claims, steer trade, war reparations. Yeah, I guess we can't vassalize them. I wonder why that is. Is it because they're in... No, it's not because they're in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure why we can't vassalize them. It's very strange, though. You'd think we'd be able to. Alright, so yeah, if we take that province, then we wouldn't be able to take anything from Naples without causing... because this is already a massive coalition here. I really want that, though, because, again, the problem here has been that these two provinces are in the Empire. So that's what the issue has been, and so it's been very difficult for us to take those provinces. Yeah, but I feel like we gotta do it, man. And just... we'll just take the risk. I already know this is going to be bad. But yeah, we might just have to take the risk here, guys. I prefer to vassalize them, but if that's not an option, then yeah, we'll just have to do it that way. Maybe burn off a little bit of the aggressive expansion and wait to make peace with them. And then with the with Naples, instead of taking their provinces, since aggressive expansion will already be incredibly high, and we didn't even go after the war goal. And so what we'd instead do is just get like war reparations and trade power and stuff like that. Maybe make them end some of their treaties. We did finally take this province back. Excellent. And so we're going to move these guys over here. Alright, and so the Savoy should take that last province for us, and now we don't have to worry about anything anymore, with the exception of these blockades, which are going to be an issue, and there's not really much I can do about it. What did Savoy take? Huh, not entirely sure what they just took. Okay. And nobody else has joined this conflict, right? Nope, just have Naples and Lucca. Alright, so we've gotten all the provinces now. So we'll just go here to Naples for now. And I guess we just like sit and wait. Now eventually we're going to start getting penalties as long as we're in this conflict. You know, I don't know if war Let's just see. War wariness continues to tick up anymore. It used to. That would be in the stability and expansion. No, it's ticking down. So being at war is not hurting us at all. We don't get war exhaustion just from, I said war wariness, I meant exhaustion. We don't get war exhaustion just from, so they're willing to seize all these provinces here to us because they know we've won this, and they're also willing to give a bunch of territory to the Papal States, but yeah, we don't want to do that. I don't really want to strengthen them. I want to keep them in Rome, and that's it. So it is actually ticking down. The blockades are actually causing war exhaustion, though. But optimism, which I'm not entirely sure what that's from. I don't know if that's just because we're doing really well in the conflict. But optimism is currently ticking it up. We can now invest in our trade ideas, so we will. Though, let me just take a look. Yeah, we're still ahead of time there. So let's go and invest in merchant adventures, which give us increased trade range. And now we're only one away from getting merchant princes, which is the 10% global trade power. All right, so let's just go ahead and speed this up. And again, we'll just stay in the conflict and we'll just drill, I suppose, since we don't have to worry about anybody attacking us. And we did lose some of our drill ability. Oh, you can't drill in a province you don't own. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, let's go ahead and send these guys somewhere else then. We'll send them up here to Siena, where we are facing a bit of a rebellion chance. So let's send them there, though actually it'd probably be better to send these guys here. And then we'll drill these guys here. Since you're paying for them. One thing somebody told me about, okay, interesting, war taxes, I didn't know that. War taxes stays on. So when you go to war, then they tick on again. So that's, we've been hitting us. We've been getting that penalty. Every time we are at war, we're losing the 2 military power. Okay, we also have a lot of money as well, so let's go ahead and actually get some stuff built. That's what we'll do here while we wait. And again, just try and burn off some aggressive expansion, stay at war as long as possible before we take the next province. So let's see. We can get a church here, which would actually be pretty beneficial. Overall, I mean, it's most beneficial, so we're going to get that. We'll go ahead and see if there's any workshops to get here that might generate a bit of money. You can build a workshop there and get some, so we'll do that. Again, we do have a lot of money. You can even build these because we have so much money here. So yeah, you can give like this one here. That'd be great for a very defensive province. But again, we don't really have any that I would say would warrant doing that. The manufacturing, we could build this here. Get a good chunk of money, but it's pretty expensive though. So, I mean, it would take so long to pay itself off with that. But yeah, that's an option. Local trade goods produce +1. And then we have the sailor increase from the impressment office. Okay, yeah, I don't see any point of spending that much money for something like that. We can also build more forts. Just taking a look at where our fort situation is. I mean, I feel like our forts are decently set up. We might want to change them up a little bit. This fort covers all these provinces. Like this one here in the center of Empire. It's covering some key provinces. You know what? It's actually really not covering much. Yeah, it's really not covering much provinces. So maybe we want to change our fort situation up. So this is the way it looks now. And you can see that we are covering, as of right now, all of our territory. I suppose we should wait to mess with the forts until we know what provinces we're taking. Yeah, we'll wait. But I do think we're going to make some adjustments there. Let's actually stop paying for all these forts as well, since we're not really in conflict here. I suppose we could just mothball all forts. There's really no reason to keep those going. All right, so we'll be getting the money from that. We won't mess with forts yet. So let's just build other stuff, other buildings. Again, nothing that really gets us trade power here. We could try and see, settlers is pretty good. I don't really see any point on doing that anyway. How about manpower? Maybe get the 500 manpower from there. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, so we'll get that constructing. And then we'll see if there's anything else we want to get here. Again, we already kind of looked at this. Yeah, there's nothing there. What about this? The churches. Yeah, just the 0.16, which I mean is only slightly lower than the 0.20. What we'll do is we'll just do it in these ones that had the most open slots there. And I'm sure we can't build any more ships. Yeah, because we are well above the cap as it is. In fact, we even just got a ship, I think, that we must have captured. And with that, we have now become one of the great powers. So I want to show you guys that. I actually was planning on showing that this episode anyway, and I forgot. We're going to tell them no here. Gain the core province there. And we can now invest in new technology. Now, given these are going to be pretty expensive because we're really far ahead of tech. And again, that does give us the innovativeness, but I just don't feel like it's worth paying that much. We'll wait till it gets to like 50% before we do that. Same thing with the military ones. Now, the military one, we're okay. Yeah, we'll just wait. We'll be patient, guys. Now, if we were actually fighting against somebody who was still challenging us, then I would say it'd be worth to get it, but it's not in this case. So yes, great powers. So these are the great powers of the world. There can be a total of 8 great powers. It is based on your development, and then that is modified by your technology cost. So the further you get behind, the less your development is worth. So if you look at Ming China here, technically they have the highest development in the world, but because they're so far behind in tech, they are only the 6th, ranking great power in the world, and they'll probably slowly fall off of that. And so we are now 8. So great powers get several new, I guess we can look at here, new actions right here. So you can take on foreign debt. We'll pay off the entire debt of the country. Very useful when you have, say, an ally who doesn't want to join a conflict because of their debt. You could pay the foreign debt off for them. Also useful for if you have a vassal who's deep in debt, you can help them out that way. You can influence a nation, and I think that can only be done. I think that can only be done against smaller countries. I might be wrong though. You can intervene in a war. That helps them out if they're currently fighting a great power, I believe. Or you can ask them to break alliances, which is super, super useful to have. That's probably my favorite of the great power actions. Because how many times do you're trying to attack somebody, but then they're allied with one of your current allies, and so you don't want to lose that alliance. So that's pretty useful to have. Again, you can't use it indiscriminately. There are some different things required for them to accept that. We did lose our great advisor, unfortunately. We're gonna have to keep declining that. So let's go ahead and keep clicking on that for whatever reason. We're gonna go ahead and get another advisor, and we actually have level 3 advisors now. Remember, we're swimming in the money, so if there's level 3 of any type, we'll get them. We already have a level 3 there. So this would tick down the national unrest, so that'll be helpful since we were facing unrest issues. We are no longer. This did get a new decision unlocked here, which we do not want to do. Okay. So again, we'll just kind of stay at war here. I think there's something that happens, and it might pop up here, where after a certain amount of time, you'll start getting penalties for not accepting the peace treaty, not making peace. Oh, nice. We have so much trade power now that we're getting the trading and wine bonus. So, and Reformation of the Catholic faith. Okay, so we're seeing the counter-Reformation now. So papal states will gain prestige, lose a little bit of money, lose some corruption, and invitation to all Catholic countries, and this starts the Council of Trent. I want to say the Council of Trent is new in this expansion. I might be wrong though. So the Pope has invited us to attend the Council of Trent to debate the required reforms to remedy the corruption and other afflictions of the Church. The Council will discuss what constitutes the Protestant heresy and consider the definition of Church teachings in the areas of Scripture, tradition, original sin, justification, sacraments, and Eucharist, in Holy Mass and the veneration of saints. And I think that's pronounced Eucharist. It might be Eucharist, but I think it's Eucharist. It will also try to answer Protestant disputes by considering curbs on practices that have become a stain on the Church's reputation, for instance, the frequent absenteeism of bishops and various worldly excesses of the clergy. Okay, so Milan may now choose a position on the Council of Trent. So how do we do that? Because I haven't messed with this at all. We can embrace the Counter-Reformation. So they got this decision available. And the Pope will really like that, as will Austria. I think that's because they're the Emperor, but might also just be anybody who's already embraced it. Maybe we'll wait a second before we do that. And that'll give us 2+ missionaries. It does affect our... Yeah, it does affect all our power costs, the ideal groups, and the technology. So that's unfortunate. We really don't need the missionaries. So you're really not getting anything here, frankly. And we might wait on that one, guys. So how do you do the, I'm not entirely sure how this works. Is that in here, perhaps? For the Council of Trent? Yes, it is. Okay, so you have two sides here, it looks like. Support harsh measures or support conciliatory measures. So do you just click on it and that's the... Okay, and you can see who's currently voting on it. So I guess you would put all of your cardinals towards that. And then we have the actual Council of Trent. However, it looks like we can't do any of these. You gotta be the papal controller. And then they spend their money on this. Okay, interesting. And does this give this benefit to everybody? Yeah, we'll have to see what happens here, guys. We'll wait to vote on anything. I want to see what everybody else is doing. I don't know if that affects opinion. Profiteering in Cremona. So yeah, we just keep on getting this damn event here. I don't really care how Aragon feels about me. Screw them. And everybody's taking these counter-reformation decisions. And so what I want to see is does this impact the opinion with everybody? No, it's just the Pope and the Emperor. Yeah, I don't really want to get those higher costs. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's really any benefit until the Reformation actually spreads here, which, as you guys can see, the Reformation has not been doing very good. The Reformation has been incredibly weak in this playthrough. Yeah, I mean, you have seen the Protestants here in northern Germany are starting to get more powerful. We also, you can see that the English have gone to their Anglican religion. So they're adopting that and spreading that, but nobody else will adopt that. So yeah, it's just the Reformed and Protestant, and neither one of them have really done all that well, considering that the Reformation started a long, long time ago in this playthrough. So yeah, I've not been impressed with its spread. It hasn't been spreading very fast. So again, we'll just keep on turning these down and attempt to burn off some of that aggressive expansion. Because here, if we look at France here, we have 20 aggressive expansion. And so yeah, we just need to spend a bit of time. And as of right now, I'm not seeing any like penalties yet for us not accepting peace. So let's just keep it going. We have control of everything, so we don't have to worry about their troops. There is a Protestant. Oh shit. Oh wow, Rome is Protestant, guys. And of course, the Pope can't become Protestant since, you know, he's a core part of Catholicism. So yeah, that's a serious problem for him. So let's go ahead and deal with that. We don't want this spread any further. And so that's the first bit of the Reformation that we've seen happen in Italy, and it happened in Rome of all places. All right, so we're gonna have to go deal with that. We'll send Francisco Sforza over there as soon as he gets his morale up, so they can try and spread this to other provinces, because they could very well do that. They could attack into any of these provinces and then spread the Protestant religion there. Okay, so we only have a little bit more time if we want to actually get something for this. I mean, it's giving us a total, if we take this, we get 3 innovativeness for both of them. And so I think we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, might as well. Alright, excellent. So we're way ahead of time now. It doesn't look like that's going to make us get any more innovativeness, though it's still the same 0.007 right now. I'm going to deny that. I'm going to deny the French. Alright, so we are ready. Let's go and attack over here now. Well, wait a minute, we can't, because we do not have military access with the Pope. Okay, well, let's go and get that from them then, so that we can defeat their rebels. That'll also improve our opinion with them. They'll be very happy with us. And we'll take the province back as well. We'll go ahead and detach the siege, of course. But we might need to, again, do the same thing with the, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know why they don't prioritize artillery when they do this. Alright, so let's move these guys off. And then we could even move some of these troops here, since it only needs 9,000. So let's go ahead and move a couple of these infantry out of here. Alright, excellent. It just feels like you should just make your own siege army. It'd be easier, since they don't prioritize the artillery, which seems like you would. New mercenary companies available. But yeah, here we go. This is a great example. So with this being a larger fortification, you notice that you always get the 1 artillery bonus from having 1 artillery. That's regardless of the size, I believe. But then to get the next bonus, you do have to have more artillery. So in this case, we'd have to have 4 artillery in order to get the next bonus, which we only have 3. I don't know why I was thinking it was 3 for this level. You know what? This might be a slightly... No. Oh, okay, so if it was just a level 2 castle and wasn't the capital city, then you'd have 6,000. In that case, I think you would get it after 3 artillery. Let's see what all this is just these peace offers. And again, we're not getting that penalty yet. It usually says, you know, if you decline this, then you get some kind of penalty after a certain amount of time or whatever. So yeah, we'll just continue this as is. And again, just trying to burn off some of the aggressive expansion. As you can see here, we're burning off 3 per year. So we might be able to get a lot more in this peace treaty as long as we keep this going. Just kind of show you how this looks right now. You know, we get the 68 aggressive expansion. It would still result in France joining the coalition, which is the main one I'm worried about. And yeah, if we wanted to like take more stuff, if we wanted to take like both of these here, look at that. Look at how many people we piss off. That's a lot. So yeah, this could be a serious issue if we take too much. So yeah, we'll just continue waiting and dragging it out a bit. But this is actually going to be the end of the episode, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Our war went very, very well. Now we're helping the Pope out with their rebellion problems, which is just crazy that Rome is now Protestant. So they're going to have to convert that. And also we have good points here in the papacy, so we could invest a bit more, but I don't see any point because the papacy has so many points invested. I don't see any reason. I think we'll just spend our points here once we get to 50 and get something good there. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, so I never voted on that, and I guess it just got determined here. Maybe one side of the Council of Trent was for, yeah, I guess I should have participated. I was thinking we had more time, but yeah, we can see what they're giving us here. I don't know if we get this as all Catholic countries, or if, I guess we could look at this real quick, or if only the Pope gets it. But this is a missionary strength versus heretics plus 2%, institution spread in true faith provinces plus 30%. This is manpower in true faith provinces plus 10%, and war score versus other religions negative 10%. And all those does give the opinion of heretics, so we could easily look at this by just clicking on one of the Protestant countries. That we got to find a Protestant country and see if we're getting those penalties. It doesn't look like it. You know, maybe it's only if you embrace the Counter-Reformation. Maybe that's how it works. Well, no, because we're getting soldiers of Christ right here. Yeah, and that's one of the Council of Trent thingies, isn't it? Oops, wrong thing. Yeah, soldiers of Christ. So we are getting that. Okay, interesting. Huh. Maybe it doesn't add up. Maybe they just all result in exactly negative 20. No, because here we have negative 10. You know what, guys? I don't really know. I don't know how it works. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. Hope you guys did enjoy it. I think this war went very well. We're going to basically really reduce Naples' overall power in Italy. So this here has made us a great power, and we are now going to dominate Italy. And that'll allow us to then focus on the rest of Europe and figure out what we're going to do next. Now, of course, we need one more war to finish Naples up, but that's another matter for another time. And you know what, guys? I did realize we didn't do something that I meant to do early in the game. We are not embargoing our rivals right now. We're embargoing Lithuania, but that is all. So we still need to embargo Naples and Bohemia. Now, Naples might not be... We might wait to embargo them simply because they might not be our rival after this if they get too small. We already did Lithuania, that's right. We gotta embargo whoever the other one is. Bohemia. So let's go ahead and do that real quick while I'm thinking about it. Alright, excellent. So I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next episode. And thanks for watching.